Hey everyone, this video is meant to address one of the biggest challenges that both pet owners and clinics have when deciding on the right treatment at home. The challenge is even a small search on Chewy or Amazon shows so many products that look the same and sound the same and all claim to heal your pet. The question is how can somebody who either doesn't know what technical specification matters, or in some cases the specs aren't available on the website, make an informed decision about what they can use to treat their pet. So what we've done is we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of two devices that look the same, even their name sounds the same, and show you how drastically different the power can be and ultimately the clinical impact can be of different home devices. So the two devices we're talking about are one, the MedcoVet Luma, sold by MedcoVet, and two, the LumaSoothe, which is available on Chewy and Amazon. So at first glance, both these devices look pretty well made. They have a nice form factors. They both fit in your hand very nicely. The question is, how do each of these actually deliver light to the target tissue? And the way we're going to prove that, or the way we're going to look at that, is by running two quick tests. First, we're going to take each of these devices and just put them on the power meter and see comparatively how much light comes out of the Luma and how much light comes out of the LumaSoothe. And then second, we really want to know how much light actually makes it to the target tissue. So the way we do that is I'm going to simulate the target tissue by putting my hand over the sensor, and then try and deliver light directly from the device through my hand, which simulates tissue, bone, and gets to end where the sensor is the actual target tissue. So let's do both these experiments. So let's start with the LumaSoothe. I'm going to turn on the device. The LumaSoothe has actually two settings, surface and deep. We're going to use the deep setting. I'm going to turn on the LumaSoothe. It's flashing, and I'm going to put it on the meter. Now, because the LumaSoothe is flashing, the power is going to change. And what you can see here is it ranges between 0 and about 129, 130. It's not a perfect test, but it gives you a range of the upper and lower limit of what the device is. And probably the power is somewhere in the middle. I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to try the Luma. Running the same test, we see the power coming out of the Luma is somewhere between 11 and 1200. Again, not perfect, but what this compares it to is the power coming out of the Luma is around, let's say, 120 half the time, and the power coming out of the Luma is closer to 1100 or 1200 all the time. Okay, so that's the first test. The second test is I'm going to simulate target tissue by putting my hand as the medium between the light and the target tissue. I'm going to click a button which makes the sensor a little bit more sensitive because much less light is going to reach the target tissue. So I'm going to turn it on, the LumaSoothe on, put it up here, and somewhere between, trying to get a better reading, somewhere between 0 and 1.1 power comes out of the Luma, 0.2. Now we're going to do that with the Luma. So here we have around 8, 7.9, and the idea is there's a lot of factors which affect how much light makes it to the target tissue. So one is wavelength, the other is power, and ultimately what you see here is with the LumaSoothe you get about 0.2, 0.1.2, it alternates, and with MedcoVet you get 8.2, which is an order of 50 or 60 times the power. Now, again, this isn't a perfect test because this light meter, the target tissue isn't perfect. This light meter measures all kinds of light, not just infrared and red. So it's a good comparative test, but it's not an absolute test. And if anyone has proof that the LumaSoothe actually outputs more power than this test shows, please send it to me so we can correct our results. Thank you.